A way to make a different kind of cowl is to take the wide side and loop it all the way around to the inner corner of the wide side itself. So you're making a tighter loop. I'm going to pin it up so you can see. Okay, so the L, the narrow side is up here, the wide side is coming down. I'm going to loop it around. So I'm going to take the outside button of the end of the wide side and pin it into the inner corner of the L, right here in the corner. And now take the rest of the wide side and pin it along the inside of the wide side. So you're not pinning anything to the narrow side right now, it's all just to the wide side. So you have this much tighter loop now. There's the hole. The narrow side is loose right now. And now I'm going to take this loose narrow side and I'm going to fasten it all the way around the wide side. So I'm going to pin it up by the corner of the L now. So here I have the wide loop and the narrow end. I'm going to fasten the narrow end along the buttons on the wide end. Now this particular piece has buttons along half of the side of the wide side, which isn't enough for this to go all the way. So here's the last button. I could just leave this loose, but instead I want to fasten it all the way. So I'm going to add one temporary button. So I'm going to use just basic 1-inch round pin buttons, which will work pretty well as buttons, and you can totally use them as temporary buttons if you want to play around with different button placements and see how they work before you permanently sew them on. I'm going to stick that on here and use that to fasten the end so that the whole narrow end, it's not super even because I did it kind of quickly, but the narrow end is fastened to the wide end all the way around. And here's where the corner. So, ta-da! Now this one you can kind of twirl around and wear it different ways. And if you lace it, then you can lace it all the way around so it's has less holes like that. And if I flip it, I'm going to do the same thing with the large sample. And with my large sample, I only have the buttons on the wide end. So I'm going to fasten those wide end buttons to the inner edge, inner corner of the L of the wide end. Looped around. So the first one goes right there in the inner corner, right in the corner of the L. Okay, so there I have my loop, the whole wide end button to itself. And I could lace, use a ribbon and lace the narrow end all the way around, like I showed you with the small one. Or I could just wear it as it is, and then this long end can wrap around and just be loose. So you can play around, position it different ways. Then if it's extra cold, you can kind of snug it, tighten it up, tuck it in, or leave it looser. More over the shoulders. Or you can just add extra buttons or ties and fasten it to itself over here. Play around with different styles.